Yo, what's up, family? Got another one for you today. Just try to keep, oh, good, you got a hot one. Just try to keep y'all on your toes. And like I said plenty of times before, no, you go, you keep going.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of times, like I said before, a lot of things I'm saying is stuff you know already, things you went through already. So I'm actually just reinforcing things that you talk about, been through, or whatever, right? So this video here, I'm gonna title this one, Always Celebrating Failure. Watch, a little different way to think about what I'm talking about. Because it really have always, since forever, bothered me why people love celebrating failure. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about. Them family members or those friends. You know what I'm saying, Red? You ever notice how they always partying? Always partying. Every week you see them at the club, always partying. Remember that comedy show we watched a long time ago, the Key and Peele, right?
Yeah.
Remember they did one skit which we was cracking up about. He said, they was like, we're gonna party every day. We're gonna party every day. We're gonna party every day. And they was partying every day. But what happened when you partying every day? You're gonna get tired of that crap. And that's just what happened. Eventually, they got to the point, he's like, man, I'm sick and tired of this, man. We can't be partying every day. But the point what I'm making with this, it's amazing how I've had a lot of people I grew up around where they want to party every day partying. But meanwhile, we find out, yo, their car just got repoed. But this joke is partying every day. Yo, they going through an eviction. They just got kicked out of the house. That reminds me, I remember when I was a young teenager, right? I remember there used to be this girl in our neighborhood. I did. There used to be this girl in our neighborhood. Every time her rent was behind, she was about to get evicted, you know what she would do?
Throw a party.
She would throw parties. And we thought, oh man, Yvonne, she's doing another party. But we found out it wasn't just parties. They was rent parties.
Yeah.
And whenever her rent was due, she would throw these parties to help her pay her damn rent. And we cracked up about that, like she throwing another rent party. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's amazing how some people always getting high, always getting drunk, always partying. Even Biggie Smalls put that in one of his songs. You remember how it goes? All we do is party and bullshit. Party and bullshit. Party and bullshit. It's like, yo, man, you over here partying all the time, but you know what? You know what jokers do in other countries? Preparing for war. Knowing how to put and take apart a gun. But we over here partying all the time. My whole thing is, if you're gonna party, get drunk, get high, as long as your priorities in order, I got nothing but mad respect for you. Mad respect for you. Oh, that didn't try. I got nothing but mad respect for you if you got your priorities in order. It doesn't matter that you drink. It really don't. If you got your priorities in order. Now I'm gonna tell you something even more crazy about that. I remember, I've said this before. Would you believe I've had multiple people say to me, yo man, you don't drink? Nah. Oh, well, you do a little weed or something? You do smoke a little something? I'm like, no, man, I don't do none of that. They look at me like I'm crazy and say, yo, man, what you mean you don't drink? You don't smoke? Yo, I don't, man. I mean, but I don't ridicule someone that does. Yo, good shot. If you drink and you having a good time, you're probably in order, like I said, I got respect for you. But isn't it crazy how you get people out here that have said to me multiple times, yo, this guy don't drink, he don't smoke. They feel, I've had an actual person say they uncomfortable being around a person that don't drink or get high.
Like, don't you want to be around someone that's sober at least?
Exactly. But this the crazy world we live in now, that people will say, yo, good shot. People will say just the opposite. I'm not comfortable around someone who don't get high.
I think that's the dumbest thing.
Yo, a buddy of mine, I'm gonna throw names out on this one. I'm gonna straight up throw names out because it really pissed me off when I found this out. My man Kevin, sister-in-law. Do you know his brother invited us down to Florida a while ago? We get down there. These are all his words. He said, I want y'all to come down. You know, y'all can stay on the couch, y'all mind the hotel. We get down there. His wife pulled the okie doke on us. Said, oh, we gotta go back to the liquor store to get some more liquor. When we just came from the liquor store for them. Hey, y'all wanna get drunk? That's y'all. I don't ridicule that. But when I left with him to take the ride, he had a wife. His wife had a talk with my wife
Like
and said,
the guinea pig.
yeah, and said, oh, you know, we want to just be alone tonight. When her husband wanted to send for us to come down, we can stay on the couch. I said, what? So my wife called me and said, babe, you know, when you get back, we're gonna just go ahead to your cousin's house. We was going on my cousin's house anyway.
What did you tell Kevin?
So when I told Kevin said, man, that clown always do dirty stuff because of his wife. But the point I'm getting at, she later told his sister, oh, the reason I ain't want them to stay with us because they just sold their house for X amount of thousands of dollars. What the hell? Now this sounds like I'm going off tangent, but this is the same lady I'm talking about, where she also told my man's sister, I don't trust June and Linda anyway because they don't drink. Yeah. See, celebrating failure. You get what I'm saying? I said, well, when he told me, I said, you know what's crazy, Kay? You know what's even more crazy? That's not the first time I heard that. It's not the first time I heard that. Somebody said, I don't trust him because he don't get
somebody say that before.
Because he don't get high. Because he don't drink. That's not the first time I heard it.
I've never heard something, but that's like the dumbest thing I've heard.
Mm-hmm. It's ass backwards. Like I said, people love to celebrate. You know how many times I've seen people buying stuff that they know they can't afford, but they gotta try to impress. They gotta try to impress other people. What was that statement you said Will Smith said a long time ago?
Don't quote me, but it says something like people buy stuff to impress people
that they don't even like. See? So
like.
Back to celebrating failure. People will put themselves in debt just to try to prove to others, look at me, look what I got. I want to show y'all what. Always got to be bragging about how they put themselves in debt.
Now, I was going to say when it comes to partying, if you got your responsibilities in check, you got a job that you go to, you wake up in the morning every day.
Yes,
and you
I respect that person.
And you still want to party, go by all means. I really think like there's nothing wrong in seeing that. Now, if you're the type that don't have a job and you not paying your bills and you just don't got your priorities in check, then you need to stop partying and check yourself because that's just way out of line.
Like I said, Biggie Smalls, party and bullshit. Party
but you know,
and
I think some people. I think the reason why some people party is to not remind themselves how out of life they are. Like you get what I'm saying?
You lost.
You ever have people who is an illness?
Thank you.
Yeah, they party all the time to avoid the real life reality that they're dealing with, as in they might be in debt. So to avoid to fill that void.
That's like a person getting drunk or
yeah.
getting high.
Mm-hmm.
They think they dealing with an eviction. They dealing with medical conditions. This is blow your mind. People, they dealing with medical conditions. They dealing with family problems, and they say they ain't got enough to pay the car payment. They ain't got enough to pay the rent. Mm-hmm. But the little money that they do got, they go, I'm just gonna go get high. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna get drunk, and all my problems will be gone. No, now you're gonna party and bullshit, right? And when that high wears off, when that drunkenness wears off, guess what? You done doubled your problems.
Yeah.
Because at least you had half the rent, but you went and drunk it up. Now you don't got no rent. You at least had half of it. You made it worse.
Remember that music video? They did exactly with Neo and Pitbull.
Oh yeah.
The time I love. But the reason why they do the party is because they're behind.
I know my rent was late. How you go?
I love the time.
To my life. I knew my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I worked my ass off, but I still paid though. But I got just enough to get up in this club and have a good time. And all right, that's a prime example. Yeah. Celebrating failure. And that was a huge song. It still make you bump to it. Mm-hmm. But I got just enough to get up in this club. And that's a good one. I like you brought that up. Because that would be a perfect example of celebrating failure. Like you said, I knew my rent was going to be late about a week ago.
Yeah.
But I got just enough to get up in this club. So you celebrating failure. Why would you do that? And people do this all the time. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, you're going to dig a hole even deeper. So, yo, we can keep going. We're going. let's end on a positive note. I try to at least do that. So in closing, we got anything in closing?
Then there's others who party for celebrations, like when they got
That's a
that
wonderful
job that they got, new weddings.
Yes.
Like I feel like it's just all about prioritizing your life. If it's good, if your life is downhill, you shouldn't be partying until you succeed all those X's out your life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What I would say in closing, each one teach one. Don't be offended because you're around someone positive. That's actually what you want. It's just crazy world that we live in that people are offended by someone that don't get high, someone that don't get drunk. You offended by that?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not comfortable around a person who don't drink. You're not comfortable around a person who don't get high. That's ass backwards. If anything, I should be the one saying, I'm not comfortable around you getting drunk. But no, I don't do that. Yo, you tell me your business, get drunk as you want. I'll make sure you get home safe.
That's the person you want. Even if you want to get drunk, at least you know you're comfortable and you feel secure with someone who's not drunk or high. So that person's sober.
I'm gonna make sure you get home safe.
If I'm drunk, if I'm intoxicated, I want to be around somebody who's not drunk, who's not high, because it's like I'm trusting you and putting my life into your arms, so I know you'll get me safe to where I'm gonna be. Not, oh, you don't drink, you don't smoke, I don't trust you. That sounds so dumb.
People want, it's like you going to prison, right? Person's
so
in prison or like an undercover cop. He got to show that he got dirt on him in order to infiltrate that gang or whatever, that mob. He got to show that he got dirt. That's the stupid world we're living in reality, where you touched on with something you said earlier. We living in a realistic world with unrealistic values. That's what's crazy about people. For that girl that say that dumb junk.
Yeah.
Why are you worried about how much money we sold our house for? That's number one. And then number two, you want to tell somebody, I don't feel comfortable. I don't trust them because they don't drink. You living in a realistic world with unrealistic values.
When people say dumb stuff, I think about, remember the guy that hide your kids, hide your body? He's like, you are so dumb. Yeah. You are so dumb. You are so dumb.
They raping everybody out here. They raping everybody.
When you say you are so dumb,
you are
I
so
say
dumb.
it like that to
hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your... He was stupid.
You are so dumb.
Yo, he was on some bugging crap. And yo, he got rich off of that. See, once again, celebrating failure. He got rich off of that, made a little cut on it, spent all his money celebrating party and bullshit. Party and bullshit. And now he broke.
Oh, see, I didn't know that aftermath.
Yeah. It's like, do you realize most lottery winners, years later, they broke? Just celebrating failure. Yeah. Hey, so like I said, in closing, each one teach one. Be happy to be around someone positive.
Yeah.
Someone motivating. Stop getting caught up in the negative stuff, looking at somebody because they not doing negative things, and you go, I don't trust. That's ass backwards. There's no greater thing in the world than to check yourself, opposed to having anybody have to check you. So you know when you're doing something wrong, or when you're doing something that's constantly leaving you behind the 8 ball, figuratively speaking. You know when you're doing something constantly wrong and it's setting you back. Check yourself before the landlord have to check you. The creditors have to check you. Your boss have to check you. Your wife, your husband, your friend, or family member. When you could check yourself, you know what that means? Maturity. It means you've grown up. You realize your mistakes. And you can improve that. Peace.